RWBY Chibi Season 2, Episode 8, Boy Band. No RWBY hat for this episode's review because currently I'm at work and I ended up bringing just one hat because otherwise I'd have to carry around two hats, so I wasn't even thinking about it earlier. I just knew I had a bunch of reviews, so I was like, I gotta get the channel hat, and then I forgot my RWBY hat. So unfortunately for this week, just wearing my normal Back to the Future hat, but this was a really good episode. I like this one for sure. It was really funny going through. They're once again sticking to the structure of, like, you know, the two bigger skits at the beginning and the end, and the really small one in the middle. But we got to see some cool characters. We got to see Ty come in with his, you know, more dad jokes with the tie-dye shirt. We get to see Sun and Neptune again, so that was always really awesome. But really like this one because the first skit I really loved. It's hard to say. My favorite may have been the third one, just because it was so silly. Like, they had a bunch of references in there that I really loved. So that might be my favorite just for the fact that when Jean showed up, he was referencing the Insane Clown Posse. He was like saying juggalos to the guys, and I thought that was hilarious because I was like, why? Very few people ever reference the Insane Clown Posse, so it's always hilarious to me when I see that. So that might be why that one's my favorite. And plus, it was really silly. Like, they're all in, like, all their outfits are basically supposed to be, like, you know, diamond studded, and they all have, like, everyone had, like, the little white frosted tip on their hair. So I thought that was really funny too for, like, you know, that boy band look. But really enjoyed the first one. It's just Nora being Nora, being kind of ditzy a little bit in this one, and RWBY trying to explain to her, like, hey, I'm taking Zwei to the vet, but I can't say I'm taking him to the vet because he knows what that means and he'll freak out. So she's trying to give her all the hints and stuff. I love the animation for it too, because it was really simple. It was just them walking, like, towards the camera down the hallway, and they did some cool stuff with that. Like, the way they were moving around, it was kind of motions that we didn't see very often. So I really enjoyed that just from, you know, the visual aesthetic, but it was really cool. And when, of course, you know, Nora ends up screwing it up and she does say vet, I love that. It reminded me a lot of Nora when they did the coffee thing. I thought that's what they were about to do again, which would have been amazing, but it kind of, they like do the deepened voice thing for RWBY where she's saying no, and then it kind of goes into slow motion and it's on Zwei. And I love the way they did it. It was like a horror movie and he's twitching and stuff. And I slowed that shot down because I was like, I'm sure there's some silly visual gag in here. And if you slow it down, there's a shot where they turn him around and it's just a shot of his butt at the camera and there's like a little X for his butthole, and I was like, that's just really silly that they did that. But it's like you have to slow it down like really fast to see it. And then at the very end, he's like kind of smiling and stuff. So I thought that was pretty funny that they put that in there in slow motion. But really enjoyed that one for sure. Like I said, I liked the second skit with the, you know, the tie-dye shirt. Also, of course, love the fact that for whatever reason, I guess their lives are a TV show in this version, because Yang was watching episode 8 from the first season. She was watching Players in Pieces when they fight the Nevermore. So I thought that was really awesome that they did that, because I was like, that's hilarious that they did that. And I think the music was playing. It was hard to tell if that was music from her phone and it was like the music, you know, from the episode, or if it was just background music, because it was super low either way. So I was like, I can't tell if this is just the background music or if that was like the actual audio from the episode. They just threw it in there and shrunk it down really, really small. But I was like, that's awesome. Like, she's watching, you know, episode 8. So I really loved that little kind of joke that they put in there. And like I said, the third one I thought was really good because it starts off, and I was already excited for it because it starts off with them in like the shiny outfits and stuff, and then you see their hair and everyone's got like the frosted tips. And then Jean comes along, and at first I assumed it was supposed to be him dressed like Kiss, which they reference as Smooch. But he says, you know, what's up, Jugga dudes? And I was like, that's supposed to be the Juggalos, like ICP. So that made me laugh. And he talks about the music where he's like, you know, it's like that classic band Smooch, and it was like, you know, or for the newer generation, I forgot exactly what he called it. It was like something Clown Brigade. And he was like, if you like crappy music or something, which is kind of funny because that is one of the big jokes, is that people know ICP, but they don't really like the music. It's I don't know. You have to have like some interesting taste to like it, because I just think it's not good. I really don't think it's good. That's just me personally, but love the reference to it in general. But I really like this episode. I think it was pretty cool that we got to see the characters and we got to see kind of some unique styles, because they don't really do that where it's characters moving, you know, like through hallways and stuff. It's always like, if it's one location, it's characters standing in one spot, or they're just sitting down and they move for, you know, comedic effect. But like the whole way through in that first skit, everyone's moving. It's motion the whole way through. And something about that, it just caught my attention, because that's not something we really see in the Chibi show. So I was like, that's kind of awesome for a lot of different standpoints, but it was also pretty funny to me as well. But Really enjoyed this one, of course. Would love to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, your least favorite parts about it. And I would love to know, I don't know exactly how far into this season we are, but what skits and what characters are you guys still waiting to see for this, this season? Like, if you guys have any skit ideas that you've been waiting for, something, maybe there's something that happened in the most recent, regular season that you're just like, they really need to make a joke about this or something like that, or some new characters that have quite a few new characters that have kind of been introduced, so I would love to see them in Chibi version. Odds are we'd have to wait because there's still a million hero characters that have been in the series since the beginning, and if not since the beginning, at least season 2, and we're still missing a ton of those, so I don't think we should expect anything from like season 3, and definitely not season 4, so it's like, definitely got to catch up on like just the hero characters themselves because we don't have characters like Crow and things like that. So definitely looking forward to that myself. It's hard to say. I would really love to see Sun's team, the rest of his team, mostly due to the fact that they just don't ever show up. Like, we've only seen them really like in one full episode. So I would just love to see them just to hear the voice actors again and just see the Chibi versions because it's like we haven't had a lot of them. So I would love to see that just because I like those characters. Of course, the rest of Velvet's team would be very awesome. But really, I would like to see characters we don't see as much. I would love to see them get more time in the Chibi version, even if it's not like, obviously it's not canon or anything, it's just like, here are the characters just to have fun. I would still like to see them. I would love to see Sun's team. I would love to see more of Penny. Like, they showed her for like half a second this season, and she hasn't really returned, so I would love to see them, bring her back. I would love to see that. Or that may not have even been an episode. I think that was actually still one of the trailers, so she's supposed to be somewhere in here. Or she was being carried down the street, something like that. So she's only shown up for like half a second, so I would love to see them bring her back in another episode. But like I said, we'd love to know which characters you guys are still waiting for, and if there were any moments from the series that you guys have been waiting to see them kind of poke fun at. Which moments are you guys waiting for? And of course, like I said, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and of course, thanks for watching.